How do you build trust in your relationship if you're anxious or avoidant? Here is a hard truth. Most people don't lose relationships because of betrayal. They lose them because they never learned how to build trust in the first place. And if you're anxious or avoidant, the way you communicate might be silently sabotaging your connection. But what if I told you there's a conversation framework that can rebuild trust, even if your nervous system is screaming, run or cling? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step guide to speak in a way that builds safety, not suspicion. Let's start with the emotional truth. If you're anxious, trust feels fragile, like it could shatter with one unanswered text. If you're avoidant, trust feels invasive, like someone's trying to break into your emotional house. Neither style is wrong. They're just adaptations to past experiences. But here's the problem. Both styles tend to use communication patterns that push people away, even when they crave connection. Before we dive into the framework, here's the formula I want you to remember. Trust equals safety plus consistency plus vulnerability. If one of these is missing, trust breaks down. And most people skip straight to vulnerability, oversharing, trauma dumping, without building safety or consistency first. There are 4 steps to build this conversation framework, and in each step I will give example of what to say, the tone guidance, and emotional cues. Let's dive in. Step 1. Name the emotion, not the accusation. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," say instead, "I feel unheard when I share something important." This shifts the energy from blame to vulnerability. Here is the example. Anxious partner will say, "You don't care about me." But instead say, "I feel anxious when I don't hear from you. It makes me question my worth." Step 2. Ask for safety, not proof. Trust isn't built by demanding receipts. It's built by asking for emotional safety. Try saying, "Can we talk about how we handle silence or space in this relationship?" Here is the avoidant example. Instead of ghosting, the practice of suddenly ending contact with a person without explanation, try saying, "I need time to process, but I'll check in tomorrow." Step 3. Use the bridge sentence. This is the game changer. A bridge sentence connects your need to the relationship's health. Try saying, "I'm sharing this because I want us to feel closer, not because I'm trying to control you." Why is these matters, you may ask? It preempts defensiveness. It shows intention. It builds emotional safety. Step 4. End with a repair invitation. Always end hard conversations with a repair cue. Try saying, "What would help you feel safe with me right now?" Or, "Can we try again tomorrow with a fresh start?" I know you are anxious to ask me, what if your partner doesn't respond well? Let's be real, not everyone is emotionally available. If you use this framework and your partner shuts down, mocks you, or flips the script, that's on them. Trust isn't just about how you speak, it's about who's listening. You deserve a relationship where your vulnerability is met with care, not criticism. On the final note, you don't need to be perfectly secure to build trust. You just need a framework that honors your nervous system and your partner's humanity. If this resonated, drop a comment with the sentence you want to try in your next hard conversation. And in my next video, I'll show you how to spot emotional manipulation, even when it's wrapped in kindness. Thank you for watching till the end. If this video impacted you positively, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more video like this.